shining star. No matter who you are, shining bright to see.
Thomas, we're back, my friend. Rising star, Ramon. How are you, sir?
Good.
Good to have you. Welcome.
It's good to see you wearing the colors,
Yes.
and
Yes.
yeah, I like it. So you flew in from the West Coast.
Yes.
You're
San
coming in for
Francisco.
the 2-day extravaganza.
Correct.
Is this your first Geeks?
No, I actually saw you guys at Pepperdine.
Yeah.
Oh, at Pepperdine.
Yes.
Awesome. That's right. Oh, you came. You drove down, right?
Yes, I did.
Yeah. Yeah. That was.
2 years ago?
That was 2 years ago.
Yeah.
That was 2 years ago. So, you've been to Chicago once before. You just stopped by the office
Last year.
last
Yeah.
year. You were the first person I remember that said, "Oh, do we have a bio, Beth, on him?"
Sure.
Throw it up there. Yes, you were the first person I said I've ever met that came from Guam.
Yes, born and raised.
Born and raised. I didn't even know people were born and raised in Guam.
Yeah.
I thought it was just a
Like
place.
a breeding ground, and then they ship them someplace else.
No, I thought it was all about
Something?
snakes.
Like, oh, okay.
Guam always freaks out people from the U.S. because of all the snakes. Is there
Correct.
really a lot of snakes?
I would see a few growing up here and there, but
That's it? It's
overrated.
Correct. Yes.
Snakes.
Were your parents in the military?
No, but they still live in Guam.
Oh, they still live in
yes,
Guam?
still. Yeah, 2 sisters still there. Yes.
Wow. Wow. That's interesting. It's funny. I love your hobbies. Jiu-jitsu. Is that jiu-jitsu? Yeah, jiu-jitsu, working out, and
Yes, it's entertaining to watch you guys at 5 a.m. Yeah,
Wow.
do you really get up at 5 a.m.?
I do.
I love it.
I do.
I love it. And
junkie.
made over 30% in the last quarter from trading, which is absolutely awesome.
The earnings trade, last earnings.
You know what? Earnings were great last quarter.
It was.
And sometimes earnings trades are great, and sometimes you'll end up with just the market being more cooperative than earnings.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go back and just talk a little bit about a little bit about your life, just because I want to put it in perspective. Single parent, you got a 13-year-old son. You're trying to teach him good stuff.
Trying to get them off Fortnite.
Trying to get him off Fortnite.
It ain't easy, man. I got the same thing.
Yeah.
When did you start trading?
So I went to my first seminar. I think right before he was born, 2006 actually.
2006.
Yes.
Why?
You know what? I wasn't really working. I just relocated from Guam, so I saw an infomercial, and I was like, man, I got to do something. So I went. They sold me.
Was it like an InvestTools thing or something like
Yes.
that? Oh, it
yes,
was okay.
exactly. You go to a 3-day weekend,
Yeah, sure.
and the whole 9 yards. Bought the classes.
Yep. You bought a hook, line, and sinker.
Correct. Absolutely. Yeah.
This is before we owned InvestTools. I just want to say
Yes.
that.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Got it. That got your. You see, we don't care how you get initially, how you get engaged, how you get your appetite, and all that kind of stuff. And when did you actually kind of like make your first trade?
I want to say 2009 or so.
2009. So you really spent some time
Correct.
thinking about it, checking it out.
Correct.
Okay, cool. So from 2009 to, let's say, at what point did you kind of tune in to check out what we were doing?
Whenever you guys started Thinkorswim, of course, I think I saw you guys through whoever I.
Okay, so you started watching us back in the old Toss days.
Correct.
Okay.
You and I think it was Dave Johnson.
Sure.
Johnson, and
Sure.
just watch you guys.
Dave and I did a Friday afternoon.
Yes.
We did every Friday. We did a lot of people listened to that, and then we did some things on Wednesdays, and then I did lots of classes around the country and things like that. That's cool. Did you come on board kind of right away or wait a little bit?
I think the same year you guys started.
That's cool. That's great. And at what point did you kind of feel like, hey, I can do this? Because that's what people want to hear. Like, at what point were you like, hey, I got this? Or not? Let me change that. You never have this. At what point do you say, I think I got this, or I think I can do this?
When I started watching you guys.
Okay.
You guys started, going around the country and just showing that it's all about online trading. So I was like, there's something.
You listen to me talk. If I can do it, anybody can do it, right?
Yes,
I mean,
yes.
I
That's
got
why we
nothing
have him
going
here.
on.
That's why totally why we have him. It's just it's all
It's a
inspiration.
fluff piece right there.
I got to be nice to him today.
Look
'cause
at this monkey. He can do it. Anybody can do it.
Yeah.
Certainly you.
it's his birthday. I got to be nice to him
Yes,
today.
yes.
Yeah. But let's talk about when did you kind of get more immersed in it? When did you start to make it like where, hey, this is kind of serious? I mean, if you made 30% last quarter from trading, and you're doing mostly earnings trades, you're pretty much, and you're getting up at 5 a.m. to watch the show, you're pretty much all in.
Yes, I am.
Yeah, you're pretty much all in. So at what point and how many years ago and at what point did you start to see the at least some of the rewards from all the work that you put into this?
2012, I think.
2012.
2012, 2013.
Okay. And was it because you started to expand the strategies you were using? Was it like what turned the corner from you? Was it just, hey, maybe I've just spent enough time, I finally figured this out? Or was it, okay, I've expanded my strategies, I took more risk? What was it? Like what clicked all of a sudden?
It's hard to describe. I'm not. I just kept listening to you guys, following your trades.
Okay.
Back at TOS too. So,
Yeah.
It's really hard to say, but I just placed trades and
How did you do in like 2015, 2016?
when the market was going straight up? I
Pretty much.
hung in there.
Hung in there.
You know what I mean?
What was your best year in the last couple of years, from like 2016, 2017, 2018,
this year.
2019?
This year.
2019.
Yes.
So you feel like this is what you got your rising star status based around.
Yes. Yeah.
So year to date, we just passed the halfway point of 2019. How have you done for the year so far?
How have I done?
Yeah.
Maybe percentage basis.
Percentage, 10% maybe right now.
Nice.
10% or so. Like really, a lot came from the what's it called? The earnings trades.
The earnings trades from last quarter.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay. And let's talk about the earnings trades just for a second. In addition, so it says on here you're doing a bunch of strangles, like doing 2 standard deviation strangles. So you're going out to let's say somewhere between 5 and 10 delta options. What's your approach?
Is it SPY usually or Qs or
No, he's saying
individual
earnings.
stocks?
He's saying earnings.
Yeah,
mostly.
earnings.
Oh, so you're just doing earnings.
Yes.
Well, he's not just doing earnings. There's a lot of
Yeah.
other stuff, but
Yeah.
still.
Just following what you guys were doing, and I would just put the same about 10 delta, and then go out from there. My
And then
short strikes.
when are you managing it?
The next day.
The very next day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you find that keeps you more involved?
Oh yes, not sleeping at night. You know what I mean? Thinking about your trade. So that's why I would have to wake up at 5 in the morning, start checking and trying to close.
What's
it
the
right
most
after.
fun part of all this? Like, what's the most fun part? Is it not sleeping, waking up, and wanting to know what's going to happen? Is it putting the trades on? Is it taking the trades off? Is it being right? Where's the thrill?
I think it's just the journey. You know what I mean? Just this is something I know that I'm gonna do until I'm 60 plus years old. Till the
Why
day.
60?
Yeah.
You do till you're 90.
Just to that day
Yeah.
I go.
Yeah. So when you're putting on these, when you're trading strangles and you're looking and let's say, like for example, Citigroup has earnings. It's not going to be a big play because Citigroup's not nearly as interesting as it used to be.
Mm-hmm.
What's Citigroup trading for, Tony?
Citigroup. Hold on one second.
Let's pull it up on the screen.
Yeah, it has earnings actually.
Yeah, I know. It has earnings Monday morning. It's just
So
an
you have to
example.
do something today if you're going to do anything.
So this is
$71 stock.
Yeah, so it's been trading around 71. He's show up a chart for a second because I don't know, Ramon, I don't know if you watch it at all, but it's on its high, but it hasn't done that much,
Except go to its high.
Yeah, but here's the deal: it's got a 20 IVR, so it has a really they haven't pumped any premium into this. IV is low across the board. The IVR is 20 in this stock. Open up before you open up. Actually, where would you go to do an earnings trade like in Citigroup? I would look at the
You go to
volatilities.
7 day options.
Yeah.
They have a 27 monthly.
Are you doing next week's options? Are you doing August?
I think to get the most vowel contraction, I would go to the 7-day.
7-day.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're going next Friday. That's in general.
Correct.
Open that up, Tony. And so when you're looking at these options, and just take a look at like
You're looking at somewhere around 20, 25 cents.
My
each.
short strikes, correct?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So like when you go, let's say you have a $70 stock like this where the volatility is kind of low. Do you eliminate this as a potential choice because the IB rank is 20, or you still play it for earnings?
Well, I played Best Buy and Delta, so I would look at it. I would
I
measure
played them
it.
too. Sure.
Yeah.
Small.
Yes.
Yeah. They both worked.
Yeah.
But so in here, you'd still probably look at it, then you're saying.
Yes, I'll
And then-
consider it definitely.
Okay. But 2 standard deviations takes you, go back to that for a second. See, 2 standard deviations on a stock like this takes you down to like a really cheap option. Like
Yeah,
what's
20.
the cheapest option you'd sell? I know it's hard for you to see over there, but what's
The
the,
74s are around 25 cents.
would
the
you sell
73s
25-cent options or no?
No, it's too cheap.
Okay, so you probably go to like something a little bit higher. Try to collect a minimum of what, like a buck or something.
And of course, I'm looking at P50, probably a profit, risk
Yeah.
reward, so the whole 9 yards. So
Yeah.
I'm, going back and forth, just looking, is the risk worth the reward? So
How many trades do you think you make a week?
a week, I don't know, maybe 5-10?
5-10. Okay, so you're making like 1 to 2 trades a day.
I guess, yeah.
Yeah, maybe sometimes a little bit more
Yeah.
because you're closing them too.
Yeah, and I'm waiting for next weekend whenever earnings,
Yeah, they start to
saving
heat up.
capital.
Yeah. When you're not trading earnings trades, are you using a lot of the indexes or individual stocks?
The ETFs, and I'll just go in the more liquid, like Amazon, maybe IBM, Apple,
Okay.
Twitter.
Yeah, and are you using the same approach there, or do you use some defined risk trades as well?
Like you guys did, is it Exxon? So I'll use strangles there where I'll look at my buying power, my capital requirements.
What's the max you'll use of your buying power, available buying power for any specific trade?
My account, my Tasty Bites-ish account, maybe between 2,000 and 4,000.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
It just depends. A lot of I'll weigh out my options, my choices, to figure out how much trades I want to put on next week. Am I going to be out of these trades for earnings?
And
A
how
lot
often?
of stuff like that.
How much time do you think you spend watching the markets?
Well, I watch your show, every.
Bell to bell, pretty
Bell
much.
to bell.
But, on demand kind of thing. And
Yes.
Yeah, I get you.
Yeah, because of course I work, but it's just mainly your show in the morning and then last call. If I'm not actually watching it, I'm listening to it,
Got it.
on the app. So there's no excuse to.
So you're able to
trade.
work full time as
Oh,
well
yes.
as you're able to work full time and work in a couple trades a day around your
Yes.
full time job.
Yeah, and like I said, I have the
Does
app.
everybody think you're crazy?
I don't know. I don't know. But
Do you tell
don't
other
ask,
people what you
don't
do?
care.
people know, family know, coworkers know, but everyone's doing on social media. I don't know what they're doing. I'm just gonna keep on doing me. So
Yeah. Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Do you find that the trading and all the decision making that you do, does it change the way you just kind of approach other things? Like it could be jujitsu, working out, whatever else it is, raising a child, everything.
Yeah, I think it's definitely helped me just making choices and the decision making, just a quick decision. It may or may not be the right choice, but just go with it.
Do you see that at work? You see your ability to make decisions quicker?
Yes, overall, it may not be the right one, but I'll adjust from there. So
But confidence.
yes, yeah,
Confidence.
absolutely.
What's the most fun part of trading for you? Is it taking off a winner?
Of course. Yeah, it's made I think 30% on both Best Buy and Delta.
Very cool.
So.
Very cool.
Yeah, but you got lucky because they didn't move.
Correct. So
You
I
always
put
gotta-
on
yeah.
iron butterflies. So
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
worked.
Oh, you did iron butterflies. then.
Yes.
Yeah.
So capital
See, that makes more
requirements-
sense doing the iron fly in those
Yeah.
trades because
Even the Citigroup type trade.
there's no out of the money options. Yeah.
Yeah.
And in a
You know,
smaller account, you need to do that.
we don't do
Yeah.
a lot of iron flies, but I think
Because you're a big mocker.
Yeah.
You
No,
got
I
a
know,
lot of
but-
money. He's different than regular folk like us.
Yeah.
He's jujitsu. I figure I got him in my corner. I mean, get him on you.
Yeah.
yeah,
You
gotta-
think you could choke him out if you really had to?
I've only got 2 months, but I can hold my own.
He had 2 minutes. You could do it, okay?
Yeah, yeah.
You're kidding me? Ever watch the old commercial from when I got a pie on my face for my last birthday? At the end of it, he goes, "My nose, my nose. Don't
I go
don't
down.
touch me."
I go down fast. I go down like this.
That's right.
Yeah, I don't do jujitsu.
Yeah.
My bones don't bend at
Don't
all.
work that way.
I like trading actually from the West Coast because of the hours. I personally love the early morning.
Yes.
You know, so it's so much better for me because I'm
Late
up
at
anyway.
night, like 7 p.m. He's spent by then.
Yeah, because it's just so much better. Do you think that when you look at your trading and look at the successes you've had recently, and then just kind of the growth in what you've done, do you mix up your strategies a lot? Like you just mentioned Iron Fly, you have strangles on here. Do you mix up your strategies like consciously, or are you doing it kind of subconsciously? Like, you know. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, are you focused on diversification of strategies, diversification of some underlyings?
A little bit. With the market going straight up, I'm kind of limited with, you know, of course I'm bearish, you know, I have
Sure.
negative deltas, so it's just so hard to, you know, not be directional.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, but so you mix up the strategies a little bit. And
I try to. I mean,
Yeah.
it's kind of my go-to because with my trading capital,
Sure,
you know,
sure.
I gotta make do with what I have.
how many positions do you like to have on at any one time?
I look at my buying power, so
Yeah.
I could have anywhere from 10 to 20. You know,
Anywhere from 10 to
Yeah.
20. And how much of your buying power do you use?
I go over. I know you guys talk about what is it, 10% or whatever.
No,
Sometimes,
we use, you know, like between 30 and 50 most of the time.
yeah. Sometimes I'll go up to 50%. Yeah.
Sometimes you'll go up
Yeah.
to 50%.
Yeah.
Okay. I like it. So you're
Yeah.
getting ready for this earnings season. You're
Yeah.
locked and loaded.
Can't wait. Can't
Yeah.
wait. Yeah.
Yeah. You know what's weird is I never get that excited. I don't get as excited about earnings as like a lot of other people do. But then when I start trading them, I kind of like it.
Yeah.
You know, like I get excited when it happens.
It's
But
an adrenaline rush.
It is a little
It
bit.
is.
Of,
It
it is
is.
a little bit of adrenaline rush, but I
Because you
don't.
know on the opening, before or after, how you're going to do.
Yeah.
But I don't like to rely on it.
Yeah, I get
like
it.
I don't like last time was so good. I don't want to rely on it.
Correct.
You know, because I don't think that that's necessarily, you know, repeatable every single
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
Ramon, we're going to make the opening bell, so thank you very much.
Thank you.
And I
Thank
think
you for
you're going to have a
having me.
great next couple of days. Hopefully, you're going to hang around here for the open house
Oh,
today.
yes, I will. I will.
And tomorrow's going to be amazing. So,
Yes.
thanks so much for coming out to Chicago. Thanks for sharing your story, and we'll see you after the show.
All right. Thank you.
Thanks.
Appreciate your time. We'll take a quick 90-second break. We'll come back at the opening bell.